Hey guys, Brock Shinin here. I want to talk about risk literacy or understanding risk in the context of digital transformation. As we've talked a lot about digital transformation. If you know me or you work with me, you understand I have a whole consulting practice built around that. I write and teach and speak on that topic, and I'm heavily involved in it. One of the things I'm seeing emerge is a difficulty in understanding the risk areas within the digital transformation spectrum. So some easy examples just for context more than anything, not to necessarily highlight these as the ultimate priority, but just to give example. Privacy is a big one. So as we think about digital transformation and we're thinking about our organizations gathering information to be able to better understand the customer, for example, that we're extracting this information. And I think by and large, many organizations are starting to really understand that privacy is a big deal. However, we're not really deep into understanding what privacy laws require. We're not deep into understanding where we can leverage opportunities within the privacy regulations and where we will run afoul and potentially set ourselves up for liability. And the reason why, part of the reason why, is because we tend to outsource that responsibility. And anything that you're outsourcing, I'm a big fan of outsourcing as a general proposition, but one of the risks of outsourcing is that you don't fully understand the work that goes behind the scenes, so it's very hard for you to anticipate the troubles that would come because you've outsourced. So perfect example, your organization hires out, graphic design or web build or whatever, and they include videos that you think are cleared, and you find out, oh, there's copyright infringement because those videos that we used on our site or in our app or in our content weren't cleared properly. Well, we outsourced it. Now, I'm not talking about whether you have recourse. I'm talking about the simple fact that many organizations don't even understand that's a risk area. But privacy is another risk area kind of within the same topic, where we outsource web build, email list building, funnels, all those types of things. We outsource that work, and we're just saying, hey, make a list, start building this list, start gathering customer information. Hey, can we figure out what geography, the geographic region this customer was at the time of purchase? We extract that information. Technology allows us to do a lot of things. Many of those things are straight up illegal. Some of those things would be legal if we actually planned for them in our policies. So what I'm trying to circle back on is in the context of risk literacy, and I want you to start understanding that term. Risk literacy really means understanding the risks associated with elements of digital transformation. So what we're talking about is starting to better understand, as you digitally transform, what are the risks that are created? What are the risks that are inherent in that transformation process? Privacy is a big one. Intellectual property infringement's a big one. Tax consequences are a big one. As we're able to do business in different ways across different state lines or even country lines, there are different tax implications that come into focus. So I'm not pointing you towards one. I would say if I had to pick one right out of the gate right now at this time in history, it's probably privacy. If there's one I could say, hey, you really should have somebody internal that understands risk, and we need to give them a topic to understand in the context of digital transformation, I would say pick privacy. There's a lot you could pick from. That's a biggie right now. So start to better understand it. If you're outsourcing it, make sure that you could do a couple of things. One is you can require somebody on your internal team to do a full-blown research project, or hire somebody to do a research analysis of your privacy obligations and your rights, so that you can work within that framework. Or if you're outsourcing all that information, make sure that you understand from the parties that you've outsourced to, what are our rights and our obligations with respect to privacy. Because if you don't understand that risk area, you're more likely organizationally to trip and fall on it. Could be millions of dollars in liability depending on the circumstances. So risk literacy is critical in digital transformation. Start to investigate that area. Start to understand where your risks are, and start to understand your risk. I hope this helps. I know you're going to have a great week. Keep after it.